Okay. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. We're in Pipe Fork, Oregon, and it is somewhere in the ballpark of 33 degrees, probably less. We are in a riparian ecosystem, so it is a bit colder down here, but nonetheless, we are gathered here today to do some trail work. So we're gonna work together because teamwork makes the dream work, and we're a bunch of tree-hugging hippy-dippies.
Today we focused our efforts on making the trail safer by removing fallen trees, pulling the path away from the hill's edge, and making a clearer path for hikers. The land that we're on was owned by a man named J.T. Layton, who needed to redirect water used for gold extraction. Hired laborers dug the ditch and piled the removed dirt up on one side, which makes up the path of the trail today. Capitalism doesn't care about our future. It puts profits before the planet and the future of our planet. Capitalism needs the people, but what the people really depend on is the nature and the abundance that it can provide. Nature has her limits. The stresses of unnatural changes caused by human disturbances weaken her immunity, crippling her ability to heal herself and adapt to change. As stewards of this planet, it is our responsibility to work in harmony with nature by supporting her natural processes, doing the least amount of harm with our presence, and making sure that we only take what we need, in a way that guarantees the recovery and sustainability of those resources for the future. So our presence here is also giving this land some protective energies, because at this very moment we are engaging in a process of addressing the threat of clear cutting to this beautiful area. So as you can hear and hopefully see, this is the river, Pipe Fork, and behind me, up there on that ridge, is where some clear cutters want to just strip all of those trees away. Another important aspect is that the area that they want to clear cut is south facing, so that the heavy sun exposure on that area would accelerate the drying up of the soil, which will further increase soil instability, which can lead to erosion and nutrient loss, which has further consequences on the surrounding area. While it's true that we as a people depend on forestry industries for certain products, there are sustainable forestry practices available to achieve this. However, profiteers prefer to cut corners just as frequently as they cut down sensitive ecosystems. So even though there are opportunities for sustainable harvesting, they choose not to in order to maximize profits at the expense of our forests. The native inhabitants that lived on this land tens of thousands of years before colonialization developed forestry practices that allowed them to take what they needed from the land in a responsible and sustainable way, which strengthened the resilience of the forest instead of weakening it. These practices were suppressed by the introduction of colonialists who did not know the benefits of these practices. High-intensity wildfires are ultimately the consequence we experience today from poor forestry practices like clear-cutting. Oregonians have been traumatized by high-intensity fires these past years especially, and it's getting worse. Clear-cutting increases the risk of high-intensity fires by damaging and drying out the soil, which decreases the level of moisture held in the soil that other native plants depend on. Biodiversity loss follows. The roots of trees hold water in the soil, which benefits the forest ecosystem, but removing them decreases the structural integrity of the ecosystem, and the lack of moisture creates a vulnerable area for fires to start and get out of control. Sustainable selective cutting is the opposite. Paired with control burns, it actually increases forest resilience to fires, because it retains moisture and keeps the canopy safe from the reverse succession of forest land, which can act like a stepping stone for fire to reach the canopy level and create high-intensity fires that are hard to control. Please share what you've learned and spread the word. We all need to be on the same page of sustainable forestry solutions. We the people need to make our voices heard and demand a stop to clear cutting. If you are a resident of Oregon and care about the collective future that we all share, you can make your voice heard by signing this petition to protect Pipe Fork, which is facing the potential future of clear cutting. Locals are standing their ground against county officials that are dragging their feet and trying to milk every dollar out of this situation. If you want to do more, please visit this website and see what steps locals are doing to protect Oregon forests. We, the people, have the power, and united, we can demand change that will preserve these forests for the future. Thank you, my fellow Oregonians, for all of your support. We can make the world a better place through our collective actions. So thank you for being that positive change that you want to see in the world. Live long and prosper.